What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Turnbuckle Talk. Sorry about missing last week. I have an excuse for it. It's because this got me. Ah! I'm just kidding. Sorry. Had to. And plus, I have this bitch behind me staring me down anyways. It's like, it looked behind me. I love Halloween. So, I've had this set up since September. So,
Yeah.
but, what's up, everyone? We are here to talk wrestling with y'all. Welcome to another Turnbuckle Talk. How you doing, Kraken?
Doing fantastic. Feels like this week is flying by. At least for me. Feels like the
I mean, we're only
last
on Tuesday. I mean, it maybe because we're doing this on a Tuesday because this is our first Tuesday live edition.
feel like we got more to talk about because we have a PLE in this one. But I
Yeah,
feel like there's a lot going on right now with WWE to cover.
there is. Yeah. So let's just jump right into it. And by that, I mean Halloween stuff more. So what are you doing for Halloween? You guys going out with the kids, taking them trick or treating? What are you dressing as? Halloween? Come on, tell me. I
So
love
we
Halloween.
actually did that Saturday. Um so my
Ah, was it
area
trunk or treat? Don't tell me trunk or treat.
no, they did something downtown for the kids. They had like Halloween, like inflatable stuff like that. Because if falls on a Friday, and the area is still doing high school football here, um, so a lot of people are gonna be busy with that. So,
Just go to the game and be like, go up to every single person at the game, candy, trick or treat, trick or treat, trick
but
or treat.
we do
That's what
plan
I
on
do.
going to like the local fire departments to do stuff for the kids here in the area, the high school.
Damn, it's a Friday, man. People aren't gonna stay home and give out candy. It's a Friday this year.
And
Fuck
like,
the high school football. They'll play again next Friday.
I mean, it's gotten in my area, like Halloween has like I guess disappeared as a holiday.
I blame trunk or treats. Back in my day, I'd be fucking going around with my brother who was only like 13 and I'm like fucking 8. We be going fucking 20 blocks down. No, maybe not that far. At least like 8 blocks down, fucking going to every fucking house. And then as I got older, my parents would take us to like the really nice parts of town where we got the full candy bars. Plus they'd want them too. So kind
Oh
of
yeah,
raided our
like
baskets.
when I was young, we could get pillowcases full of candy.
Yep. That's what I used to is pillowcases most of the time. Oh, maybe not most of the time, but I feel like I remember that the most.
Yeah, you'd get a bucket be full, your parents be standing at the sidewalk, you dump it in there, go to the next 5 houses, come back, fill up the pillowcase, go home.
Dude, trick or treating was great. I can't wait. I'm hoping me and Sarah eventually have kids and we could do, experience that with them. I can't wait.
It's fun, especially getting them dressed up and seeing the excitement, them going to the houses, and then if the houses do have, like, little jump scares, just knowing it's gonna happen and then seeing the kids'
Well, I'm
reactions.
a horror movie fan, so my plan is when it's Halloween every year is to just introduce them early to the horror movies, the good ones at least, until they're old enough to get into the crazy ones. Um, Speaking of trick or treating, WWE played trick or treat with us the last like 48 hours. So I don't know though. I also kind of want to say this is probably more of a fan fault. Like I think it's more of our fault for getting
Yeah.
hyped up because really nothing led to like on WWE's part to make us think this, but I get the idea behind it. So WWE, if you've missed it or if you've seen it, they've had these videos playing on social media, very short videos of initially it was like people walking up to something, like just really close shots of feet walking. Every video was like different pairs of shoes, so it was obviously different people. So speculation turned wild. I was a part of it. I was like, oh man, is this new people coming up from NXT? Is that Trick? Is that Trick? Oh, is that Tony? Is this new faction? I became a part of it as well. So the videos continued. It's like the 4 people walking up. Eventually, we got a few others during Raw, like of like whiskey being poured or some type of alcohol or some drink being poured in glasses. There was a close up of hands with the Hall of Fame ring, which was clearly Paul Heyman's. And then I think there was like another. Oh, then the poker chip, which
Yep.
was the last one they showed. Eventually leads to a video promoting WrestleMania 42. Nothing. The only thing new from it, I would say, is that we know what the theme song is, and that's going to be Aerosmith
Yeah. Uh,
back in the saddle again.
we
So
we kinda also, in my opinion, figure out who's gonna be the main focal point.
I guess so. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, I don't. I wonder when it was filmed because Seth obviously wasn't involved, and he's injured, and he just relinquished, which we'll talk about a little bit. But yeah. So it was Brock, Punk, Cody, and
Roman.
Roman, and then Paul and Triple H were a part of it as well. Um, yeah, so I mean, it was, I guess, I don't know. I blame myself for getting it too hyped up. There was really nothing about the videos that made it like they didn't say like, "Hey, who are these guys?" or you know what I mean? It was just here's the video, and we just ran with it.
Oh yeah, I think that's something we do. Part of the IW, like to speculate, make decisions of what it can be. Because I was hoping that it was going to be Tony D'Angelo, Gunther was coming
Right.
back. There was some
That's what I
people.
thought initially was Gunther or Santos Escobar with the whole that situation with him resigning that we talked about a few weeks ago. But yeah, like I thought it was maybe, and then people were like, "Oh, it's Legato," and then I was like, "No, because like look at those shoes." And then the last one, I was like, "That's 100% Brock shoes. Like that's what he wore when
Yeah,
he returned to Texina. Like that's 100% Brock." And then of course the dirt sheets said it a day or so before, like, "Yeah, this is just gonna be for including Russ Votes, who's pretty accurate with his snooze." So yeah, this is just WrestleMania 42 stuff. Like, basically telling us, "Don't put your hopes up.
yeah.
Chill
Don't
out."
don't get excited. Yeah, don't speculate. Don't have
I tried
fun
to
with
tell.
it.
Once three of those outlets said that, I was like, "Oh yeah, yeah, no, that's what it is for sure." But yeah. Oh well. I mean, hey, we get our hopes up, and then that's our own fault.
It is.
Some unfortunate news to talk about. The former IRS Ernar Shyster, Mike Rotunda, is currently in hospice. Revealed
Uh,
today by Barry Windham. Very unfortunate news. It would make a lot of. I mean, I correlate that to maybe that's probably why we haven't seen any Bo Dallas lately on TV, and I don't know how long, quite a while. Um, You know, I don't think anyone or it was public information about him possibly having some type of illness or dealing with anything. So that would kind of add up to why we were probably not seeing Bo. Um, if I'm taking a guess here, just speculating like we always do. But yeah, unfortunate news, man. I don't think I met IRS, but I'm pretty sure he wrestled at a local indie show when I was little here. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. Excuse me.
yeah. I seen that. I think right before NXT started was he having everything outside of school and stuff. I did not know about it. So like, and it makes sense. You know, we haven't seen Bo or Howdy really since they attacked on AAA when they
Mhm.
did, and so I guess it's
I
been
don't even know if Howdy was even at that one.
not.
'Cause there was a AAA show, this past weekend, and
Mhm,
they were all there except for Howdy, so
that's yeah. So yeah, it's
so
been a little bit.
I think when they initially I don't remember. They might have been, because that was earlier this year, so but yeah, so unfortunate news, man.
Yeah,
Really unfortunate, especially because for Bo and, like, the rest of the family, they lost Bray 2 years ago. Now, Mike being in hospice, you know, which if you don't know hospice, it's just to make the person comfortable for however long they time they have left, so very unfortunate. But yeah, send our wishes to the Rotunda family and friends. This sucks, man. So we have a lot to review when it comes to just our thoughts and stuff on a lot of shows. There was a lot that happened this weekend. We had the stuff that we're not going to go over, but I'm just going to bring up at least. We had Io Sky and Marigold this past weekend. We had a CMLL show. There was a AAA show this weekend. Of course, Halloween Havoc, which we're going to talk about. Collision, which I didn't watch and really don't know what happened. So that's why I don't plan on chatting about it right now. But yeah,
I
lots of wrestling.
I didn't see Collision. I mean, I seen the end of the main event. That was it. Wasn't
Yeah.
There was a great matches set for it. A lot leading into Full
I
Gear.
heard a lot of people were telling me, like, giving me slight updates while I was watching Halloween Havoc, but I feel like I don't remember them.
The only one I know that I think is really gonna be big is the Fatal 4-Way for Hangman, which is Bobby
Oh, that's right.
Lashley, Ricochet, Samoa Joe, and someone else. I can't remember
Hook.
the Hook. Yep.
So random. But yeah, that'll be interesting. Should have been Eddie Kingston, in my opinion. But that should be interesting. So a lot of shows, but we're gonna talk about three in specific. Obviously, NXT, Halloween Havoc, Raw, and NXT. Let's jump into this. So Halloween Havoc, pretty good show. I felt like the back half show was the best. Javon Evans, Leon Slater versus Laparca, Mr. Iguana opened up. Really good tag match. It was a good opener, but there was a few missed spots and missed timings. Um, Nothing too like super crazy. No one got hurt in them, but like There was like they tried to do the where like they both jumped off the ropes, and I don't know if they were like hit a cutter or collide or what they were gonna do midair, but they missed and they
Yeah.
fell and they just moved on. Or went and continued the sequence. Kind of like when Cody and Carmelo they went to go do whatever they went to do and they both missed on SmackDown forever ago. It was kind of like that. So, and there was a few other things I don't remember fully off the top of my head, but they had Layeska, of course. Crowd was popping for everything too. This crowd was great. This crowd was great for Halloween Havoc in Arizona. They were hot all night. La Parca was over. Of course, Mr. Iguana was over. But good match with Javon and Leon getting the win. Of course, they're trying to push them up into the tag division now. That Dark State, who cost them their match at the TNA show, so they're building towards that with them in the tag division. So, but good match overall. A few little mistakes there and there, but I liked it.
Yeah, I think it really showed that Javon and Leon, even if they're not going against each other, can have good in-ring chemistry and put on a hell of a show as a tag team.
Oh yeah,
Um, and then of course, Mr. Iguana is still probably the most over AAA wrestler there is right now. They keep
I think
using,
La Parca's right behind him.
yeah, but they Layeska, I think is what how they pronounce it. Like, I think he's a
Hmm.
little more over than Mr. Iguana. So every time the crowd sees him, they go nuts. But
I think that's fair to say. Yeah,
the pup, I don't know what it is for the
but Mr.
puppets.
Iguana is pretty good though. I
Yes,
mean, they're fun. It's I see Mr. Iguana like OC in that way, like Orange Cassidy.
yes, that I do agree.
Like yeah, it's like they're different gimmicks, obviously, but it's the same style in the sense of it's a comedy gimmick while he's wrestling. Same thing OC does, but OC's is obviously it's just same. I think like not like same thing, but like same thought process of their gimmick. You know what I mean? They have the same thought process on how they want to present it
Yeah,
while they wrestle.
that does make
I think
sense.
it's cool, so I like it. And it's funny because I've seen people like on Twitter like, "Oh, where's all the OC haters at now? This is the same shit." It's true. Um, let's see. After that, we had just Zarya and Soul walking out of the trainer's office. Obviously, Soul wasn't defending her title. Zarya was. She chose her to defend her title against Blake Monroe here. So they show them walking out. They see Izzy and Izzy and Tatum come out. But basically just says Izzy says she's gonna or Tatum's gonna win the title. Blah blah blah. We'll just jump into the next match because I didn't even forget. I forgot that was in there. Uh, this match was like good, but like I never got sucked into it. I don't know what it was. Dr. Wagner Jr., Ethan Page, they had a fun match. So this is just Day of the Dead. It was basically just no holds bar, whatever you want to call it. They used weapons. They had like the lights, like neon, like a almost like a black light, like a
Yep,
purple. Um, and of course we had Darby Allin, Ethan Page in this match. He has a little half face paint going. And Dr. Wagner's really good, by the way. I've never really seen him until this partnership with WWE. So he's really good. And he fits the WWE style really good. At least he wrestles it well. Because I've never really seen him outside of it. But overall, good match for the North American Championship. Don't really remember a lot besides this. I think they used like 2 trash cans. I was like, why the fuck are they using 2 trash? Like they broke one and then there was like another one eventually later on. I was like, I've never seen 2 trash cans in a
yeah.
match.
There
Unless it's
was
like fucking.
2 trash cans were used. A trash can, one trash can lid, skeleton leg.
They
Um,
used like the table was upside down and he like drove Dr. Wagner into like the table leg or something at one point too.
yeah. So, and that's where I got confused at because
With
I,
like his throat across the
yeah.
metal post or whatever
So
of the table.
that happened, and then the ref checking on Dr. Wagner. The
Yeah.
screen for me went black. So I thought something was going on in the crowd. I didn't know what. And we come back and Ethan's fucking bleeding. What the fuck did he do to get cut?
I don't remember if mine did that. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. I don't think it did. I don't remember.
Because I was like,
But
what the fuck happened? And then all of a sudden the ref's got gloves on. I'm like, oh shit, Wagner's, coughed up blood, something's going on. He took that bump. And no, not Corey, but Booker T's like, oh yeah, Ethan's wearing more than just face paint. And I'm like, what the fuck?
yeah, I don't know what cut him open too. But he was bleeding a good amount. Yeah, I don't know what cut him open. It doesn't say here either. I don't see anything of saying like what might have like cut him open.
It doesn't. So
It just says if he's back inside, he's busted open. Um. Oh, he's busting open bad off the steps. Apparently,
when the fuck did he hit the steps? Did he slip?
it says It just says back inside, wedging a chair into the corner. All ego got busted open bad off the steps a bit back.
Maybe it happened before
Anyway,
the table spot. I don't know, but it
my
was
favorite
just
spot, obviously. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
it was random because I didn't.
Yeah, well, yours went dark, so that
Yeah,
makes sense.
I just didn't see it happen, so I couldn't put it together.
But of course, we get the whole classic heel tearing the mask. So he ripped El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr.'s mask from the eyes up, so it was completely torn. You can see his top of his head, except for his like nose down, basically, or like bottom of his nose down. That was pretty cool. And obviously get the heat on ripping the mask. Um, but at the end, of course, after all they do, use all the weapons, go through everything. I think it was in they go through Avalanche Frankensteiner to all kinds of shit here at the end. But he throws a handful of powder into Dr. Wagner's face, hits the twisted grin or the Avalanche twisted grin through the table, and that's how he gets the win. So no DQ, so the powder's legal, unfortunately, but he did what he had to do.
Yeah, this was a great match for a Day of the Dead match. Of course, I figured out what that was. You told me the week prior, but I was really impressed with Dr. Wagner Jr. I had not seen him like you said before this, and I felt like he fit this match style great.
Yeah, it was perfect. I really enjoyed it.
And
But I enjoyed it in the end, but it took me like till the end to get sucked into, I should say, because I don't know what it was. Like they were doing a lot of good spots at the beginning, but I was like, I feel like I didn't get sucked into it much until the very end.
yeah, I guess for me, the
That's
start
just
of the
me.
match kind of moved slow, but then they went outside, and I guess like when the screen kind of darkened out and all that chaos happened is when I was like, all right, what's going on now? I'm really focused in on the match. I guess I was more or
Mm,
less
that's
catching up
true.
with what people were saying in chat, answering, questions.
Oh yeah, and we're live, so we miss stuff like that because we're
Yeah.
live. Yeah,
But yeah, I mean the coast to coast was great too.
that's right. I forgot about that honestly with the trash can. So after that match, there was a backstage segment with Kalani. She was dressed as like a queen, like a playing card queen. And then Jordan Grace was Velma, blonde Velma, I guess. And they had a little back and forth that set up the match that we saw tonight for the TNA Knockouts title, which we'll get into here momentarily. And it was pretty funny just because, of course, she was Velma and had the glasses. And she even posted something on social media, Jordan, with her like cat finding the glasses and stuff. So classic. Um, but immediately after that, we jump right into Blake Monroe versus Zarya. This was a actually really good match. I mean, with Blake, I don't expect really too much less, but I don't know. I didn't know what to expect in this match, I guess, too much, especially since Zarya got shoved into it due to Soul being injured. And really good match. They also used um, Soul as like a distraction tactic. At one point, they like basically had I forgot what I think she drove Zarya into the post or into the stairs or something. So like her shoulder was out or something like that. And then Soul was there with her. So Soul like they like looked like side like eyed and then like shoved her into the post. And so they made it look like she was turning on her. But what it would and did in quotes was it popped her shoulder back in place and she was like, yeah, I'm good to go. So which is funny because Liv Morgan just posted the video of her like 10-year anniversary of her getting her shoulder popped back in,
Hmm?
and they're like, no, we still got to get it checked. So that's kind of funny that they did that in kayfabe. But um but yeah, so they led to that, and then of course I think Soul got like ran into at one point, or she like hit Soul. I forget exactly what Blake did.
Yeah, so
um
Blake walked out of the ring or rolled out of the ring, I think after the spear, after she kicked out, and was walking around and kicked. Well, she didn't mean to kick, but she
oh,
tripped
you're
her
right.
and rolled back
Her
in.
crutch or whatever.
Yeah. And Zarya went out there, and as soon as that happened, I said, "Yep, there's a distraction she was waiting on."
Yeah,
So
then
all it
she
took,
grabbed her hair pick and all that shit.
yeah.
Um, oh no, did she use the? No, she used the hair pick during the match. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
she tried to. I don't think it actually capital. I think that's when she got hit with the spear. She dropped it.
So it says on the floor, Monroe knocks Soul over, and Zarya sees red. Blake back inside, discus lariat, but she doesn't go for the pin and says she goes back and checks on Soul Ruka. Blake attacks her from behind, spikes her with the glamour shot back in the ring, and pins for the 1, 2, 3.
Yep. Shot on the floor, the lemon
Damn.
shot in the ring. This match did not feel like it was only 11 minutes though. Felt like there was felt like it went longer, but it wasn't like it was too long.
Yeah, I think it was a 3-hour event in the end, but it felt like they didn't have as much downtime as, like, the main roster ones, I think is what it was.
Yeah, they had a good amount of backstage filler build up the following show for NXT and didn't really
Yeah.
take away from the actual show itself.
Yeah, so that was a good match. So Blake Monroe now the Women's North American Champion. Zarya and, lost about 4 Soul. She was defending at 4 Soul. It wasn't for, like, Zarya to have, so unfortunate. And, of course, we saw tonight on NXT that, Soul just vacated the speed title and just didn't wanna have Zarya defend it for her, so I see where this is going for a big heel turn
Yeah,
for Zarya, I think.
no, I think Zarya is gonna be face coming out of it.
I really don't.
And when we get to NXT, I got so many questions about this Soul thing going on.
So JC Jane versus Tatum Paxley immediately followed that. We'd have a backstage segment, but it was just setting up for a match for NXT between Kendall and Lash. But we had JC Jane versus Tatum Paxley for the women's title, and this match I was 1000% positive going in that we were going to see JC retain here, and that did not happen. That did not happen. So overall, really fun match. Not a bad match by any means. I will say JC Jane. I think I said this in the previous episodes that she's someone that I wasn't into, and so I wasn't really too into her winning title. She won me over more as a champion. Like
Yes.
I actually now enjoy her matches more than I have before.
Yeah, I feel like
So
she was always overlooked because you got things she was with Mandy and Gigi. Mandy leaves, then it was her and Gigi feuding, and then she kind of got put on the back burner even after that happened. And
she's been there for like 4 years since before it turned to 2.0.
yeah, so it's taken forever for her to get this title. And then, of course, I think she won a lot of people over as the heel champion. But of course, now with her losing it, will she still be able to, I guess, keep the momentum? Or is she going to get a title shot, lose, and go to the main roster?
I hope it's the main roster because she's been down there for so long. But they just put Lenny Reed, so I don't into the group, so I don't think that happens just yet. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, so JC loses the title here. So we did have all of the Coling and the Fatal Influence ringside, but they all ended up getting taken out of the match after they all started trying to get involved. I think it was Fatal Influence initially getting involved. That led to the Coling getting involved, which led to all of them getting tossed from ringside. Which the ref made a big deal out of it. I got a big pop because he like tossed only the Coling out first. And
Yep.
I was like, really? Only the Coling? I thought he was gonna say like all of you out. But he only did the Coling first, and then he built it up to as well as Fatal Influence. So I was like, from there, I was like, oh, interesting. So JC's probably gonna like in my head, I was like, she's gonna cheat to win, whatever. But eventually the Coling came back out, which I hate when they do these spots. You get tossed from your side, but they did this one well. They had security and refs immediately in front of them trying to stop them because they
Yeah.
were tossed from ringside. So I was like, oh, thank God. Um, and it led to Sean Spears and Nico Vance distracting all of them enough for Izzy Dame to get around to the other side of the ring. And she gets the title. She goes to get in the ring. And it looks like she's actually going to hit Tatum. But Tatum ducks. And she ends up hitting JC, leading to Tatum winning the title. So pretty cool ending. Obviously, it led on to NXT tonight, which I think they're doing a really good job at it, honestly, on this story. But I really was shocked by that. I figured that they would actually have Izzy cost her, but I didn't think they would have her cost JC in the end by accident. That was a very good shock for me. I like legit was shocked. I like ran out of my room screaming in excitement.
Yeah, I did not have Tatum winning this. I I thought it would be a good, surprise change of title if it happened, but I really thought they were going to continue the momentum they had with JC. Um, but I like now, and we've seen it tonight. This is going to be a bigger story moving either to Deadline or, yeah, Deadline, because that's the next big
Yeah.
PLE.
Yeah, so they'll
Um,
do the Iron Survivor matches. I'm sure we'll get the qualifying matches probably here sometime. They'll probably I feel like 'cause with Gold Rush coming up, it's like November 18th and 25th, I believe, so that goes into the Thanksgiving. I'm sure those shows will probably have qualifying matches for Iron Survivor.
yeah. But I really feel like Tatum's gonna continue to do these open challenges. And then
Yeah, I love the way she did it. She did the spin the wheel. So she talked about. We'll get into that here in a bit more, but she did the whole spin the wheel because they didn't do it for NXT Halloween Havoc, and that was Shotzi's thing. So she brought it back for that, and I was like, oh my god, this is perfect. I love this.
yeah, and Shotzi was her
But
last tag partner as well, her and Gigi.
hmm So yeah, I great match overall. Like they did really good, and good shock at the end. But it's leading to something interesting with Izzy and the culling, so we'll get more into that soon. But yeah, I really enjoyed that match.
I did too. The shock was there, and the build up for what they're getting ready to have is gonna be great. I think I know what's coming, but I don't know how they're gonna play it out.
And then our main event was or I'm sorry, no, we have two more matches. I forgot. We had 6 matches on this card, not 5. Dark State, they teamed up, of course, tag titles against the Hardys. This was great. Of course, the Hardys are in their 40s, I think almost 50s. If not already are. I don't remember. But this match was insane. Like it was literally balls to the wall from the get go. Like I think this was probably my favorite match of the night.
Yeah.
But it was since it was a broken match, broken rules, which of course they did the whole broken Hardys. I hated that they came out with the Woken Titantron, even though they called them the broken Hardys. Like you couldn't put the B, you couldn't take a W out and put a B in there. Come on.
Uh, yeah, but I kind of feel like I think a lot of people talked about it also. Like the last time we seen that entrance and that tag team style, and even the way they did the spot in the ring was with Matt and Bray. So I think that was kind of
Yeah. So
um
Jeff did come out with the Fiend face paint. So,
yeah,
but I guess that's probably why. So since because they did the pose where he got on his knees like Bray did, or no, other way, whatever way it was. I think Bray
yeah,
got on his knees, so Jeff did the pose like Bray, and then Matt did the delete behind him.
yeah.
Um, so I didn't even really think of that until you brought that up. And I did forget about the face paint too. Jeff always wears paint, and it took me like a minute into the match until I was like, "Wait, Jeff's wearing Fiend face paint?" And my chat's like, "Yeah, I tried to tell you." I was like, "Oh shit, I
Yeah.
didn't know this." Um, but that would make sense then. But yeah, so great match. They fucking Jeff Hardy, so they even posted it to the Instagram, painted those 3 tables that they had like lined up like camera size. So they like had like a big pumpkin on it. But it was so they posted it to Instagram. Jeff Hardy painted those outside the arena before the show, which is fucking sick. So they used those tables, which were cool. They had a lot of table spots. I forgot how many tables broke. It was like 4 tables that broke or some
A
shit.
ton.
It was so many. It was basically a glorified TLC match, but like, yeah, it was insane. Without going for a title from the ladder. Um, Jeff hits does he hit this one time on the outside? No, he moved, right?
Uh
Yeah, no, that's how it started getting to the end. So Jeff,
yeah,
they set up that tall ladder on the outside. They have the 2 tables, and I think it was Saquon Sugars because, of course, with it being an ODQ, the whole Dark State was just in the match basically. Um, so eventually Jeff goes, I think they move one of them. I think it's Osiris or whoever it was that was in the match moves, and Jeff dies,
yeah.
as always.
Yeah, but there was one swanton prior to where they took out Shaquan Sugars
Oh, yeah. That
and
was on
Cutler.
the aisle.
Yeah,
Yeah, on the aisle.
because Matt
Yeah.
hit the leg drop, Jeff hit the swanton.
That basically took them out. I think that's when they disappeared, like, they never came back, like,
Yeah,
because there was a few times they'd go, like, they were kinda in that area, I think they were, like, moving the ladder, and I remember they, like, moved the tables that were broken with them, and they were still kinda laying there. But then I think after that, they went to the back because then the aisle looked clear. Um But yeah, no, it was a phenomenal match. Dark State got the win in the end, unfortunately. It was only like a 17-day title reign or something like that, 19-day title reign. I don't remember, but it was really short. Makes sense though. This is NXT developmental. They're there to like make the young talent look good, and this was probably my favorite Dark State match because of that. It's kind of hard to have like a crazy match like this and not be good, in my opinion. So, but yeah, what was your thoughts on this match? The match was badass, I thought.
I I just I'm honestly surprised that Jeff and Matt still do this to themselves. Like the table spots, chaos we see, and I think 2 weeks ago they just had a crazy tables match with the Dudleys, and
Yeah, that's a pay per view.
Jeff took a swanton off that connected to Devon, but he still landed rough, so you know he was feeling that.
That's when he hit his head. Yeah.
Yeah, so But I really feel like this put over Dark State, and I think we had talked about it before. I felt like they
Agreed.
were trying to use Dark State as like another variation of either Retribution or the Shield. Um,
Yep.
and of course we disagreed
Still
on
think that,
that,
but
but this kind of still pushes them, I guess, more towards being a actual tag team that people
true.
will be like,
And
okay,
they're freebirding it too, so I think.
but
But
the match was
honestly, that should have been the
fantastic.
main event. Should have been the main
Yeah,
event.
it could have easily been.
Because I will say I thought the main event was okay, but I didn't think it was great. But it wasn't bad either.
The,
So Ricky Saints, Trick Williams, NXT title. What's your thoughts on it? Because honestly, I feel like I didn't get into it till the end.
yeah, it's, I don't. When Ricky hit the turnbuckle or the post on the outside, I felt
Mhm.
like the
Got
match
him
was a
open.
little off. I felt like it kind of slowed down. That's when
Yeah.
I lost, like, not interest in the match, but it kind of like I don't know. For me, it did not feel like a main event match. I think that's why I
It
did
wasn't a
not.
bad match. It just didn't feel like a main event. Yeah.
It was good, like, but yet again, Ricky didn't use the Rochambeau, I think is what he called it at one
Yeah,
point.
no.
He done the DDT that people were talking about. Why
Tornado
is
DDT. Yeah.
that's the same one he used on Oba that people like. Why is Oba getting into a DDT? Because it's
Yeah.
the tornado
He did
DDT.
hit the spear before it though too. He hit a spear, then he hit tornado DDT. But yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know if he uses spear often, Ricky. I feel like he kind of does.
he might.
But yeah, it was just an okay main event, but like it wasn't like terrible either. Like where you're like, damn, this is like I felt like I would pay more attention if it was bad, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, too. But I mean,
um, but yeah, no, just it was good. I mean, good for what it was, I guess. Nothing. I don't have really anything bad to say. Just I just wasn't too into it.
I and I guess when we get to NXT, I can talk more about it. But I just feel like Trick needs to be past this and go to
Fair.
Raw or SmackDown.
So we end the show with the Culling and Tatum Paxley. She's all excited and they're proud. Izzy Dame, she's like starting to cut off her questions about her bringing the title belt into the ring and saying that this isn't about her. It's Tatum's night. So like she's like at first looks like she's not happy, and then she's like, "Oh no, no, yeah, I'm here for you, yay, yay, Tatum, let's go, woo!" Uh, which obviously continued into tonight's match. Well, not match, but show. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's very. I'm already very interested in this Tatum reign, and it just started.
Hmm. Like, out of everything that happened at Halloween Havoc, I think the Tatum Paxley is the most interesting thing that carried over.
Oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, so overall, good Halloween Havoc. I think I'd give it a 3.5, not a 4 out of 5. I actually don't remember fully off the top of my head. I'd say in that range, honestly.
I could probably give it a 3.
That's fine. That's fair. So Monday Night Raw last night, we had Raw. Of course, we have Saturday Night Main Event this Saturday. We'll talk more about our thoughts on that. We'll be talking about it though a bit while we go through Raw here. Show opened up with I will say this because I felt like I might have thought this on Monday, but I don't think I said this out loud. I saw Santi's reaction to when they did the whole Jey Uso run it back thing. I know I said on stream when they did the run it back with Jay, I was like, oh my god, okay, I'm getting tired of this now. So me and him had the same reaction to that. But in my head too, I like looked at my clock and I was because I hadn't started any captures yet, like for the reactions. And I looked at the clock, like how far we went. We're 9 minutes and 10 minutes into the show. And I was like thinking to myself, like, damn, I haven't even hit capture yet because I know I'm just waiting. Dude, we had such a long intro. We had the recap for everything going on. We had the fucking walk-ins to the arena. Um, yeah, dude, it just took so long to get to this fucking promo. And then this promo felt so lackluster. So we're going for the world heavyweight title here, which already the majority of my community thinks this is going to end in a DQ anyways, that Saturday night's main event
God, I
for
hope
some type of
so.
shenanigans,
I hope
and it's
so.
going to lead to something else for this title, which I would hate personally, but I get it. So Jay comes out, does a little run it back stick, finally starts talking, just basically says the basic bullshit. Oh yeah, I'm gonna walk out champion, blah blah blah. But da 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 da. We get the fucking 5 minute Punk entrance. It's not really that long, but I'm just saying it's felt
Yeah.
like forever. He came out, and he had a pretty solid promo. Didn't feel like the promo I would expect going into a world title match, especially from CM Punk. I mean, I guess he has respect for Jay and Kayfabe, so you wouldn't really want to rip him apart. But they've been having issues, so I kind of expected it. Um, Punk just said, I thought he was the best part of the promo. Went into Jay, he just basically repeated what he said prior for the most part, which really wasn't much, anyways. And that was it. Like, I was like, that that was it? Like, once that was over, I was like, "Really? Really?" So we just, like, went right into the next thing. I was like, "Okay."
Uh,
I really like, it wasn't terrible, but it was I will say on Jay's part, I didn't enjoy it. On Punk's part, it was more enjoyable. He had more to say.
yeah, he did, and I felt like this could have been the 9 o'clock spot. I do not feel like this could have needed to open the show.
Come off like a show opener to me.
It was. I mean, if we're building a title match, fucking Cody and Seth had a better title for Crown Jewel than what we just
Well,
got
obviously
for
plans
this.
changed, but I was at least hoping since plans changed that, like, because Seth, they dropped the title, so they had to do this for it. I was really hoping that at least since we only got like a 2 week build to this match, technically one, that they'd at least fucking go hard on each other on this show, but they didn't.
No, it most
I think
definitely
Punk
did
more so
not.
than Jay.
I mean, and I think Punk hit him with the you're finally he said what was it at? But he was talking about you're doing it for yourself, you're not listening to Jimmy, you're not listening to
Yeah.
Roman. You know, I in the battle royal, I finally seen who I'm going to be facing against. Because if you throw your own brother out, you're willing to do whatever it takes.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, Punk had the better promo, but I don't feel like this. It, I know, like you said, plans change, but it just does not feel as if this is the outcome that anyone really wanted to see. Not not just talking about like us in general, but like I don't know. The DQ thing I think is gonna be the best option. I know that sounds horrible, but the vision has to get involved some way.
So the thing I'm reading about this literally has 5 paragraphs for Punk's part and one for Jay's afterward. Like, 'cause obviously Jay started it, but then like that tells you like how one sided that promo was. Because Jay's rebuttal was just so short. Um, so yeah, after that, we just immediately jumped into. Oh, the one thing that was good from that opening segment, did like, is Punk mocking the he did the run it back shit. So he ran it back with Cult of Personality, which was funny, and then he did like the 4 letters, 1 word, and shit like that. And then he
That
pointed to
Punk,
Punk on his yeah. So that was funny, but like overall, it was not a bad promo. But I was like, damn, that felt so lackluster. Immediately just went back to the Judgment Day clubhouse after that. Dominic rolls up, basically asking for help. They said the girls said they have to worry about Nikki Bella. And then Finn and said like, oh, we have to worry about getting our titles back that you cost us or whatever it was like that. So again, Finn's mad at that. And plus their reign sucks, so who cares, Finn? You fucking deserve it. But um but yeah, so Dom was worried about having to face the winner of Rusev and Penta, so he was like worried about it, and so he had to figure something out. And so he grabs his phone out and he's like, "Hey, yeah," or he's like, I don't remember exactly what he said. He was like, "Hey, yeah, I need some help," and then he like walked away. And we see Roxanne. She's like, "Maybe I should go talk to him." And so I said this on stream on Monday. I'm so glad that they didn't do the same thing that they did with Liv and Dom Saria. That I'm glad they're not doing that with Roxanne
yeah,
and Dom. I'm
they
glad
went
that
right away from that. Like I think for like
I'm
two
so
weeks we've
glad.
seen it, and then like they were like, no, we're not doing this again. Gonna
And
have her
anytime they kinda
there.
brought it back up, he always keeps showing disinterest, so I'm like, "Thank God."
Yeah, like he'll pull
That's
away
one thing I'm
from
happy
her
about.
stuff. And I don't know, maybe it's just, how they're wanting to play it, but, like, he seems like he does not wanna do that same story at all.
just did it a year ago, so.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so of course more dissension between the Judgment Day, at least the men more so. So
Yeah, Judgment Day
uh
is falling apart. I don't know if it's gonna
they
happen.
always seem to be falling apart.
I think it's gonna really happen when Liv's.
I agree. I think they'll eventually lose all the gold. Like Dom will lose all his belts, and then that's when the bomb will go off once he finally loses his.
Makes sense.
Uh, so we immediately jumped right into the IC number one contender match between Penta and Rusev. And really didn't go a whole lot long. Like it started after their entrances. We went to a commercial, we came back, maybe went like 2 minutes, and then the El Grande and the Americano dudes came out and got involved. So it wasn't even that long of a match. Um, and yeah, so Grande Americanos get involved, leading to a no contest. Afterward, the Rusev beats, or he goes to beat down El Grande, but the other Americanos pull him out. Um, so it leads to a triple threat: Dom versus Rusev versus Penta at Saturday night's main event for the IC title. Is this where Dom finally loses it?
Yes, I think it is what happens.
Yeah.
I don't want it to, but you know what they say: the Intercontinental is just the stepping stone to the world title.
If
At
I
least,
was Dom, I would have the Americanos. I mean, I'm sure they will get involved, but like I was gonna say, like how he's been putting the bell hammer in his boot. Just come out with like 3 of them already in his boot, or like have one of the like one in each, and then have one of the Americanos bring a third, and then he has the fourth ringside if he needs it. Like, you know what I mean? Come on, it's a
and
triple threat, no
I
DQ.
think Wade even commented on it that they need to tape the bell hammer to the timekeeper's hand. That way he cannot get it and use it.
That'd be funny, actually. But see, that's what I'm saying. Then he needs to just go get his own. It's gonna be a no DQ anyway, so
Yeah, they're
I'm
gonna get
sure there'll
involved
be
for
something
sure.
involved. Yeah. So I could see Dom retaining. I don't know. We'll talk more about it on Friday when we do another edition talking about Dynamite and SmackDown and previewing
Yeah.
Saturday night's main event. But yeah, so I was kind of disappointed, but it made sense. They already had him face Rusev and Penta in one-on-ones multiple times already. So
And then I mean, you could have him win, and he beats your big couple of your big names on the main roster again when it's a triple threat. I mean, he's already over everywhere he goes. I don't know. Don't
big
know. I
time.
don't know what else is left for Dom in the mid card scene.
You're right. I actually agree with you.
He
Yeah.
has he has to lose it and then take that next step.
I'm ready for give him his Rock Triple H feud. And I mean by like, remember when Rock and Triple H feuded at like SummerSlam for the IC title, how like it built up to a big ladder match? He needs that. He needs something equal to that feud wise. And then you main event if it goes out well, if it goes well. And that could be like a few month thing. Like if you want to keep him there for a bit, like if you're not ready to push him up for that like full on main event push, then draw this, like make it a very good feud. Something I wouldn't say as far as Punk Drew went, but like maybe on the level of Seth Punk a bit, like at least hostility wise. And that could be Finn.
It
Who
could,
knows? Maybe that
yeah,
could be the Finn feud finally.
yeah. They fall out, they blame each other, and that's what that feud builds at. And then we see that carry
So
on for a few months.
yeah, give them a normal one on one, have Dom cheat, Finn piss, lead to a build up to another match of like on a Raw or something that leads to some shenanigans of some sort, or even just like a roll up victory for someone, Dom or Finn. It doesn't matter. I feel like in that second match, and then the last match you could blow it off in a fucking ladder for the title or fucking tables, TLC, whatever, whatever gimmick match would fit the feud, whatever storyline you're building to with them, besides
Just
the end of the Judgment Day.
just we do not need to see Dom versus the Demon at all.
Oh
Keep
gosh,
the
please
Demon
no.
King out of it.
So after all of the shenanigans for the IC title, we have a backstage interview with LA Knight, just talking about he's gonna get the winner of Jay and Punk, so it doesn't matter who he's gonna face. Um, yada yada yada. So I mean, it's kind of interesting. So they're keeping him in that main event picture. He's been losing a lot. But so even though he's been getting pinned, I think he's like lost like 3 straight singles matches or some shit. He looks like he's still in line for that world title. I mean,
Uh,
it's a vacant, so
yeah, they've got to figure out what they're doing with him. He's been there in the title picture for so long, and he has not got it. I've had several people.
2023 with Roman.
I mean, yeah, but he didn't win it.
No, that's what I'm saying. It was
Yeah,
since 2023 with Roman.
yeah. And like people in my on my side are like, if he was in AEW, he'd get a title. I don't think he would there either. I don't think anyone knows what they're
And I
where.
don't think you mean that negatively. You just don't
Yeah,
think they put it on him right away. Yeah,
no, like I think they're really like when he wins and he finally gets the big one, it's gonna be probably bigger than the Jey Uso pop.
I agree. I think he could be. I feel like WWE's in a good spot babyface wise right now, so like they could definitely build him up to that big babyface pop victory.
Yeah, and I feel like I think WWE has too many baby faces where other companies have too many heels. Not enough baby faces.
Interesting. So after that, we have the Vision backstage. Braun Bracer says he trusts Paul Heyman, but they should have been in that battle royal last week, and they should have come down there and just kicking ass and taking over. Heyman says he loves that idea, of course, because he's afraid of Braun, so he
Yeah.
has to agree with him for a second. But there's consequences to it, and that would have pissed off Adam Pearce more, and it would have just made it even harder for them to get towards the title, basically. And Paul says whoever turns out champion after Saturday will show up as a victim on Raw and will be the only one who can stand in the way is LA Knight as of right now because he keeps getting involved in their shit. Says Braun tells him to go to Adam and get him a match against LA Knight, and Heyman says he already has. So this is interesting. A lot of people were mad because of the match later. Of course, the outcome was what you expect it to be if you're listening right now.
Typical Vision.
Yeah. Um, Yeah, so I like that they did the little thing with Braun though, and him like being pissed about not being in that battle royal because a lot of people, even fans, were like, "That's why aren't they in there?" You know. And there was, I think it came from Meltzer. I don't remember who said it, but supposedly the reason the WWE didn't put Braun or Bronson in there is they didn't want them to get babyface reactions
Oh
after
yeah,
attacking Seth. That
but
makes
they
sense.
will. Yeah,
So
they're gonna get face like baby face pops no matter what. If Breaker wins it, he's gonna get the baby face pop.
I mean, he's always getting everyone barking. So
Yeah, and then uh, Reed, I feel as if is gonna be a heel no matter what. But I don't think
Reed
he.
just seems like he's just like not sure, but he's just going along as it happens.
Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully they figure out what to do with Reed because I feel like they're gonna pull the trigger on a Breaker before they do Reed.
I can see it. I can see the Sears Mania match, like one of the Mania singles matches being Braun and Roman of some sort, 1-on-1.
Yeah, because I mean they're what 1-1 right now.
Has Braun and Roman faced 1-on-1 man? I
Not
meant Breaker.
oh not Breaker now. I meant Reed and Owen, but yeah.
No, I meant Braun Breaker.
Yeah, Breaker and him have
Um,
not.
yeah, that's what I think they're building to is Breaker and Roman. But yeah, so I like that they went over that at least backstage. I thought this was interesting. So after that, they did like a 10-year anniversary of Asuka's debut. So they kind of went over all her accolades. Obviously, the timing is because of her 10-year anniversary, but it couldn't have been any better because we had recently a comment from Goldberg saying that one chick or that one girl from WWE, they had her beat my record or something, referring to his unbeaten streak from his WCW days. Um, rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, myself included, just because like he's acknowledged it. Like he tweeted when it happened, "Congrats, Oscar," blah 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 blah. And now it's like some girl. You know what I mean? That's what rubs me the wrong way.
Well, I
Like I
think
get if you don't remember how to say her name, but at least be like, yeah, you know that one woman. Like girl just sounds disrespectful to me
it does, and
as when you're referring to an adult.
no, that's how he absolutely meant it. I think I think he's still pissed off with how everything ended and him getting cut off.
Ah, that's fair too. I see,
Like
and with the All In weekend, I forget all about that because we were at All In and I
yeah,
didn't see it.
so he got cut off on his like bye speech and all this stuff.
I
So
forgot about that. Yeah.
he's probably still a little upset with the WWE some aspect. So the disrespect, the way it read
So they
was
were like, "Here's the Oscar video, motherfucker."
yeah, just because I was like, what are we getting an Oscar like 10 years? celebration for it, and then
I mean, fucking, it was
yeah,
awesome. I loved it.
it was a great package. I didn't
It showed, like,
realize
her record, her coming up and, to the main roster, all her title reigns,
yeah, I didn't
all
realize
of
how
her
long
achievements, Money in the Bank,
it
Chambers, all that stuff.
but I knew she had a long, like, undefeated streak, but I didn't realize it was that long.
Yeah, 400 and something days.
Yeah, because then
It
Charlotte
was
broke it
crazy,
at WrestleMania, right?
or something like that. I don't know what you're talking about. I thought it was just kinda happened some other time. I don't know. I don't remember that. I don't recollect that. WWE making bad decisions? What? Uh, nah, but yeah, it was. So after that, we go into Adam Pearce is on the phone backstage making something official, and then we see Finn Balor and JD rolling up, asking where and Pierce asked where Dominic is. This is before he announced that it was gonna be the triple threat. Uh, he says they want the tag title rematch. They're already busy because last week they eliminated Sheamus, so one of them was gonna have to face Sheamus tonight. But I find it funny that they're already talking about getting a rematch when the New Day have been like doing this storyline for like months now, mourning that they lost their titles and never got a rematch.
Yeah.
But here we are with Judgment Day with 2 title defenses in however many days,
Yeah.
and they're trying to get a rematch. I hate it.
Well, also, Xavier had that surgery, so I don't know how if he's still
Well,
recovering
I
from
know they could still use Waller. He's in there right now. I'm just saying. I'm not saying the
I
New Day. I'm not saying like they should actually get. I'm just saying it's just funny to me, like in the story that that's what's happening.
oh, yeah, they're the mourning still, like, they still wearing the all black, like it's a funeral and stuff, and
Yeah,
I don't
it's just
know.
funny to me that that's what the Judgment Day are trying to do after. It's just like okay.
I hope, like, the New Day does get their title shot probably the next PLE, 'cause every time the Judgment Day gets them tag titles, they are never defended at all,
Feels like it at least.
and I don't know why they keep not defending them because we know there's a tag team division on
Guess they're
Raw.
just like, oh, they're hills. They're not supposed to defend him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
uh, so after that, we had Nikki Bella versus Roxanne Perez. The thing that stood out the most in this match to me was it was an okay match, but there was a spot. I don't even remember exactly what the move was, but Roxanne like acted or was dazed, and she like lost her balance or something. And the ref, Jessica Carr, went up to her and like grabbed her, and it almost looked like when she did that, she threw up the X
Hmm,
like that. And Roxanne was like grabbing her head, but I couldn't tell if she was just selling or if it was legit because then immediately after that, she like went after Nikki and hit like a roll up or something. Um, but then on commentary, I think it was they brought up that she was in concussion protocol or some
yep.
shit.
Yeah, so she was, from what I understood, and I think it might have been doing right after the drop kick that Nikki did because she hit her head pretty hard in between that area. Um,
So do you think it's part of the story? Do you think it's legit?
I think it's legit because she hit pretty rough. Because I don't, because
I don't
Jessica,
hope not. I haven't seen dirt sheets really talk about it yet. It's already Tuesday night.
it may just be a way to build Raquel and Nikki, then push Raquel and
'Cause
Stephanie.
Roxanne finished the match, so, I mean, I'm not saying you can't I don't know. I mean, who knows? Maybe it is
And don't they
legit, but
got a
yeah,
tag
that was an
team
interesting spot
match.
because it legit sold me for a minute when it happened. I was like, "Oh," because then, like, the way the ref grabbed her and, like, it almost looked like she did the X when she grabbed her, but she
Yeah.
didn't because then Roxanne continued, otherwise they wouldn't have continued, but, at least right away. Um, but yeah, I mean, otherwise a solid match because it led to, of course and then afterwards, of course, because Roxanne won with Pop Rocks with help of Raquel throughout the match. Eventually, Stephanie came out and, ran off the Judgment Day with Nikki. Um, but, yeah, I'm hoping that she's good because she continued the match, so
Yeah.
did the post-match beatdown, so
Yeah. I was honestly surprised though they gave Roxanne the win and just not an aftermatch beatdown by Raquel. Um,
yeah, I thought that maybe Stephanie might come out during the match, and it might lead to, like, her evening the odds against Raquel, leading to Nikki getting the win, but, yeah, and the majority I think we did a prediction in my Twitch chat, and the majority was on Nikki winning,
yeah.
but
And then she hit that, a different style pop rocks too. Hit it off the springboard and then onto the back and so on and so forth. But I was really impressed with Roxanne. I think her being with Raquel has improved her in-ring ability as well.
And I always thought she was great in the ring, personally.
I mean, yeah, she was, especially she was down there training with Booker T in his school, but I feel like it's just gotten better in
Oh
the
yeah.
Raw.
Uh, so after that, we just kind of get a recap of Bailey challenging the tag champs, which is the main event of Raw. Bailey and Lyra versus Charlotte and Alexa. Eventually, it leads to Lyra, who's backstage running into the Kabuki Warriors. Asuka was upset about them getting a title opportunity and not the Kabuki Warriors. She said they were cutting in line. Lyra was just explaining to her what was like why they were getting the title shot. Asuka just cuts her off and starts yelling at her in Japanese. And, like, it's funny because Kyrie's just standing next to her, kind of just like nodding in agreement the whole time, but she still looks like nervous. Um, and then of course Asuka runs off, and Kyrie's like, "Don't make her upset." And then Kyrie, all
Yeah,
that shit. And then of course Bailey runs up, and she's in hugger Bailey mode. So he gives her like a matching jacket or whatever it was, or whatever she gave her, and
said she got it from
yeah.
Japan while they were over
Oh,
there.
that's right. I wasn't paying attention. Was it a Riviera jacket?
I think it was.
Okay, that would make sense. I wasn't paying attention. To the jacket. I was paying attention to the segment, but I wasn't paying attention to the jacket. Um, but yeah, so just kind of a little backstage promo with them too. She mentioned she's never been in the ring with either Alexa or Charlotte. This puts fear into Bailey, and she asks, "What if they lose?" But an excited Lyra said, "What if they win?" And they do like a weird handshake. And
Yeah.
then we
I,
had go for it.
the the Kabuki Warriors, I think Kyrie is now leaning in more to it, because of course still she's getting yelled at and stuff, but she's more energetic now since the match at
Yeah,
Crown Jewel.
with Rhea and Io.
And
Yeah,
then even after the like the following Raw where they beat her down, all that, and now she's like making hand faces, talking about Oscar, don't make her mad, doing all these just hand faces. I like it better now that Kyrie's kind of bought into it, if that makes sense.
yeah.
But it's still a great story what they're doing with them two.
So we immediately go into a Jimmy Uso walking up to Jay backstage after that. Um, he rolls up on him saying to yell at him for saying it's just him now and eliminating him last week. Dre tries to play it off like he was just trying to take out LA Knight because he eliminated them both at the same time. But Jimmy doesn't believe him, and he berates him for only thinking about himself and tells him if he really believes in himself that he wouldn't be so scared of finding out how it goes when it's them fighting each other, even
Yeah.
though they've already fought. So I mean, building up more, but we had a more interesting backstage segment with him later on that I feel like we'll talk more about here in a minute or in a moment because I actually enjoyed it more because I feel like it's leading to something different. But yeah. We go into Braun Breaker LA Knight after that. Um, like you said earlier, this was a typical Vision match.
Yep. It was.
Like this was everything you expect when it comes to Breaker, Paul Heyman getting involved, leading to I'm sorry, not Breaker, Bronson, all that, leading to Breaker getting the win. Just kind of the same old shit. Even though Breaker's good, enjoys matches, and this wasn't a bad match. It's just typical kind of. It felt like a filler. And by the way, this is our what match of this? This is our second match of the night at this point.
It was.
Yeah.
It
No, this is our
absolutely.
third match. This is our third match at this point, and we had 3 for 3 at this point. We had interference.
Don't no
So
way.
3 out of the 5 matches at this point have interference. We still have another match to come with JD and Sheamus, but I'm going to spoil you. Guess what? Finn Balor got involved. We had a fucking interference. Luckily, the main event didn't have any interference. I'll spoil that for you now as well.
But wait,
But dude,
there's more.
what is going on here? 4 out of 5 of these fucking matches, run-ins or outside interference.
I don't.
That was Raw.
I don't know. Like, want to build up matches and give it good stories, but can't have every match with a no contest or having to cheat to win. It doesn't
It's like, "Oh,
solidify.
hey, El Grande Americano and his homies are here. Oh, hey, Raquel's here, but we're gonna send Stephanie out after the fact. We're not gonna even the odds and have that match end kinda fine. Oh, guess what? Vision shit. Oh, guess what? Judgment Day shit." Like, oh my god, dude. Like, I get that's the but, like, every match, almost every fucking match.
And I don't like it at all. I like a clean win, and then sometimes some outside stuff will cause a match to go a different way. That's cool. That's fine. But not every damn match. I'm so glad they waited till after the match ended for the main event for chaos to happen. Because that would have ruined the
Yeah.
whole match.
Yeah, so all I have to say about the JD Sheamus match on top of the breaker and when it just yeah, interference. Fun. Woo.
Shillelagh.
So backstage segments that I want to talk about before we get into the main event, which happened, were the Mysterio segment with Adam Pearce, where he was talking to El Grande and the Americanos, and they walk away as Adam Pearce walks. He's like, "Dom, Dom," and he's like, "Oh yeah, I can't believe they attacked them. Like, I
Just
can't believe that. It's an
done.
idea they came up with all on their own. Like that's crazy." Pearce is like, "Oh yeah, all on their own." Huh? He's like, "Yeah, I can't believe it. It's crazy." And he's like, "Well, guess what? You have to face him in a three-way at Saturday night's main event." And then Dom's like, no, no habla inglés. He's acting like he doesn't speak English. That was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, Pierce hit him with the, oh, they came up with that by themselves. Well, I came up with this by myself. Triple threat. Like,
Oh man, Dom always cracks me up with these backstage statements. Ever since the AJ stuff, he's been really good backstage.
yes.
Um,
I don't
but
know.
after that, oh, go ahead.
I don't know who's coaching him, like backstage, or if that's just his character. Like even
It's
outside of
hilarious.
WWE, it's fantastic. They're just letting him be himself.
So after that, Jimmy Uso flags down, or sorry, Jay Uso flags down Jim, and he tells him that he loves him and that hasn't changed. And I remember when he said that, I was like, "Oh, la la la," like a little fucking family TV show, like fucking Brady Bunch or something. But this whole thing was basically them reconciling. And because Jimmy just basically says, "I would have done the same thing if I had a chance, but he didn't, and that's not his fault." Um, so he says, "Why come to him before this biggest match of his career and accuse him of betraying him?" Says he doesn't have a lot of real estate left or anyone, and Jim says he feels him, and they shake hands.
And then after Jay walks off, Jimmy gives him the side eye. I
Yeah,
really think, and I don't think it's gonna happen, but it would be a curve that we don't see happening. Jimmy is the reason Jay don't win, not the Vision.
I could see it. I could see like maybe we see the Vision start like coming through the crowd, all off Shield or something.
Yeah, and then him accidentally hit Jay or some shit.
No, well, yeah, that could happen too, I guess. I was thinking maybe like they start coming out, but then Jimmy, before they could do anything, somehow like I don't know how, like he's like trying to help Jay up, but he just like decides to like push him back down or something and walk away or some shit. I don't know, something like that. I could definitely see. My point being, I could just definitely see Jimmy costing him at Saturday Night's main event.
Yeah, I think it would shock a lot of people. A lot of people are gonna be pissed off because I can already hear it now. The running back WrestleMania all over again. Well, we're kind of to the point to where one of these two's got to turn heel at this point. We've been teasing Jay as a heel for the last 2 months. Jimmy's been taking
Yeah,
all the shit from everybody and is bored over even last week on SmackDown. But he's just fighting Drew McIntyre every fucking
yeah.
way he can. So someone's gonna break. So much tension's gonna make one of them turn.
Jimmy would be a good swerve on it.
Yeah.
So I don't have much. We already talked about JD and Sheamus. Ended with fucking interference. JD wins. Woo. I mean, fun match. They had a cool avalanche Spanish fly. That was the finish. But yay, interference. Woo, Fiddler. Um. So after that match, I'm just gonna skip it. Adam Pearce is chatting with Maxine Dupree. Lets her know that she's gonna get another women's IC title shot, but she's like, I appreciate it and I'm gonna take it, but can you give me some time? I want to make sure I'm ready. And he's like, yeah. She's like, I gotta make a call first to make sure I'm ready. Who's she calling?
I think Natalia.
That's what I thought, but majority of my chat thinks that she's gonna call AJ Lee.
I mean, that would work
She
too.
brought her up a few weeks ago.
Yeah, and we ain't seen AJ since her match against Becky and Seth with
And
Punk.
didn't she pin Becky to win, or was it Seth that pinned, or Seth that got pinned? I don't
I
remember.
can't remember who got the pin. I think maybe
Yeah.
she did, but
Anyways, I feel like she should be in line for a title shot.
yeah, thought that's why she like other than coming back to have one more run, I thought she was gonna be in the title picture. Thought that's what they were
And we haven't
setting
seen
up.
Natalia for a while too, so I guess it could be her. It makes sense because they have the dungeon dolls, but I feel like we don't even see them compete together. So,
They were supposed to. They were dungeon dolls, I think, twice, and I don't know what happened to it.
so after that, we had Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair being interviewed before the main event. We see Kabuki Warriors again roll up on them, saying that they should be fighting for the titles tonight. Which to me, I was like, oh no, we're gonna have another fucking run in for 5 because this is first they confronted Lyra and Bailey, and now they're confronting them. So like, oh no, they're gonna definitely get involved in this match. They did, but not until it was over, thankfully.
Thank God.
Um, so it was just them, kind of the same thing. Just that we should be getting those title match. Flair says that they'd be honored to fight them, and they'd square up. So just they want to be fine. And I will say, and I said this on my stream, I love this reign from Charlotte and Bliss. And they talked about it a bit on Raw. They've been defending champions. I think they've defended it 4 or 5 times now. Are they like 2 defenses away or some shit from being the most defended tag team champions ever for the women's division?
Yeah, I think it's great. I think we talked about it. Um, the women's tag team titles were not getting defended enough, and there's a plenty of a roster on both SmackDown, Raw, and NXT for it to happen. And now Flair and Bliss are doing it. I think they defended it on NXT as well
Yeah,
against
they did.
Tatum and Izzy. So
Yep.
they are going across all three brands and doing exactly what should be done with those titles.
So before we go into the main event, we also had another backstage segment with AJ Styles and Dragon Lee, the tag champs, chatting with Adam Pearce. So they're gonna have their rematch with the Judgment Day. Um, I believe it was gonna be next Monday, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, next Monday. So those two will be battling. Again, I hope it's a good match, but I really have no interest in seeing Judgment Day as champs again. So
I don't. I don't think it needs to happen, but they could cheat with the shillelagh. They said they were going Finn did say he was gonna hold on to it. So Sheamus may interfere next week. Cost him the match.
yay! I'm glad Sheamus is being used at least. So main event, Alexa Charlotte versus Bailey and Lyra. This was a really fucking good match. This was by far the match of the night. I mean, obviously without the interference, but like in general, this was just so fucking good. Like
I'm
so good. Bliss and Charlotte retain, but with like stereo natural selections, but holy fuck was this good.
I'm glad it was the main event. Glad this
Yes.
was not the opener because it would have been
I'm glad the vision wasn't Braun in LA.
yeah, because this would have stole the show as the opener, as the 9 o'clock hour. It was a fantastic main event. Um, the crowd really wanted Alexa in this match. Normally, we hear we want Flair or we want Charlotte. They wanted Bliss majority of this match.
Yeah, definitely did. Um there was a cool spot where Bailey finally turned into her the heel side, I guess, the ding dong hello Bailey. And she went kind of ape shit on everyone
Yes, she did.
in the match. I actually thought that might get the win for a minute. She hit the Bailey to belly at one point. On I think it was Charlotte. Um but man, yeah, I really thought they were gonna pull the trigger on them for a second.
I did too. Because I think we seen the Sister Abigail DDT, and that's normally the closer for them. Most of their
Mhm.
tag team matches.
Brought out the firelights too. The crowd
Yeah.
started doing the firelights.
Then, of course, Bailey broke up that count. And I was like, oh, holy shit. Like, they're actually going to do it. And then the figure eight got broken up by Bailey. I was like, or maybe it was Lyra. But I was like, damn, they're actually going to put the tag titles on them. But it was just a fantastic match by both teams. I could honestly be okay with them running this one back at some.
Oh, same. Yeah, it was great. I'm just glad Kabuki Warriors came out afterwards. So after the match, Kabuki Warriors came out and they attacked everybody. Um, and Bailey ended up jumping in to save Lyra from getting attacked from the Kabukis, and they actually backed off. So like she just covered Lyra, and they were like, "Okay, okay," and they left. So I'm so glad that they didn't come in during the match because we were 4 for 5 on interferences and matches for the night.
Yeah. Um,
So fucking, I hate it. Just feels like filler when you do that. Like you're just holding until the next week. All right, well, we'll continue next week,
yeah.
and you did it 4 times. It's so annoying.
So you know there's gonna be build off of every match that there was interference
Which
on.
you should be doing, but it's always the same thing.
Yeah. There's someone random in there. Thought something new. I knew like
That's why I was saying at least have Stephanie come in and even the odds during that Roxanne Nikki match and like run off Raquel or something and then have that end at least semi clean.
but I mean,
But Roxanne won because of all Raquel.
the Bailey call out, that was great. And then, the Kabuki Warriors calling out Charlotte and Bliss. These are new matches that we have not seen for the last 3 weeks. Repeatedly done over because of either DQs, no contest, something. I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like Raw has just became almost a copy and paste.
100% is. It's in a they're just waiting, it feels like. But yeah, overall, Raw for me. I mean, the matches were fine. I thought the storytelling was there. I just hated the interference and it really killed my vibe on the show.
I agree. Like
So I give it a 3 out of 5.
I said,
If there was
3.
no interferences, it would have been a 4,
Yeah, absolutely.
or at least just 1. The fact that 4 matches had interferences or outside involvement was ridiculous. WWE pissed me off. I could have ran it harder, I feel like, but I held back.
It's just I don't know. I'm hoping, and like we said, we was talking earlier. Like I figured NXT was going to be a hell of a show, and of course I know we're getting ready to get into it, and I feel like it did.
It was pretty good. It was
Even
good.
though we
I
didn't
mean,
get,
shit, they started with Trick literally like yelling in the production room at all the people to put the camera on him. Like that was fucking awesome.
yep,
So yeah, no, I thought NXT was great tonight. So he starts out in the control room yelling at all them. He's looking for Ricky Saints. He lost clean out Halloween Havoc, of course, in a match that I wasn't too interested in while it was happening. Finally comes out to the ring, tells the crowd to shut up. He's telling everyone to shut up. He's like a million people he ran into backstage. He just kept telling everyone, "Where's Ricky? Shut up!" You tell him or something like that. Um, Eventually Ava came out with all kinds of with a couple security guards, saying basically if you want another title match, or no, because Trick was saying like he was like screwed or something like that. He said like something like he cheated or something like that. He said, and he was like, "You lost clean, like you got pinned." Like,
yeah, I, nothing.
uh, but Ricky came out all like, "Oh, you want to fucking go, huh?" And they just fucking they just fucking started brawling. So honestly though, I even though that was a pretty fun segment, I have no interest in a rematch between these 2.
No, and it's nothing against Trick. It's nothing against Ricky, but Trick Williams has been chasing this title since he lost it to Oba.
Mm.
And he went to TNA and won that one. And
And still was focused on the NXT
it's
title.
yeah, and now
Like he defended the TNA title, but he was the whole time the whole gimmick was like, "I got this, but I want the NXT title."
uh,
So it made it feel inferior.
yeah. So now we're gonna run it back again. No, no. If you're listening, anyone, take Trick out of this picture. I know we're gonna have the last man standing. That was made. Whatever. But get him off NXT. For the love of God. He is past NXT in my opinion.
I agree. Uh, so after that, we had the speed match, Axiom and Jasper Troy. Obviously, 3-minute match. Not a whole lot of things here. Jasper Troy with the win in the end. Going to be facing El Grande Americano, I think next Tuesday. I forgot
Two
if they announced it.
2 weeks from Tuesday it
Ah,
is
the
the
MSG shows.
11th.
Oh no, so before the MSG show, because yeah, that's the 18th. So okay, so yeah, but I really have not much to say besides it was okay. I really don't care for the speed stuff, but like it wasn't a bad match for
It was a
less than three
squash match,
minutes.
fortunately for Jasper. Like Axiom's great. in my opinion,
Oh yeah.
but they made this look like a squash match. I hate they did that.
Uh yeah, that's what it was though.
It was, yeah.
We see Solruka and Zarya backstage after that, and Solruka or Ava says that apparently Soul's making progress, but they don't have an in-return ring date, and they want her to take it easy so they don't, mess up her return timetable that she probably has going right now. And she's like, "Yeah, I'm not on crutches, but I still have the brace." And she's like, "Well, what do you want to do with that speed title?" And she's like, "Well, don't want anyone to defend it for me." So she gave it over to Ava, and Zarya looked offended. She was pissed. Um, so Zarya, she storms off right as she did that, basically. So we're starting the women's tournament next week to crown a new speed title. Well, women's champion, I mean.
Yeah, my only question is why in the hell and we don't know 100% what all happened with Soul's knee. There could have been a legitimate sprain, something that could have possibly needed surgery, but don't now. But if it's I just feel like they made it more or less I guess, like, in the story that she was injured, that it wasn't a
Mhm.
real injury, and if that's the case, that's fine, but, like,
I think it
why did
is, though. I think it's just something not super. Because she said on Twitter today that she's trying to get cleared for deadline, which is December 6th. So, I mean, what? So that was the end of October, the last 2 weeks of October was when her injury, so last week. So, I mean, I get it. If she's gonna be out over a month, I get it.
yeah, I mean, I guess so, I just like, I feel like they and, like you said, it's a probably a legit injury, but to me, the way they're building it, it just feels like they just pulled her out of the map, like, I don't
Well, they did.
I know, but, like, I don't know, maybe I don't know, I don't know because of course, we've seen it before, I guess, with Seth. The injury and not be injured, then I'll play this and that. So
Yeah, that's true. We'll see, I guess we'll have to wait and see. I hope she's back. I hope it's something short, but
yeah, I hope
I feel like
it's
maybe if it is something like, okay, like, you need time, why don't we maybe they just thought of this storyline, like maybe this is a way we could advance your guys' separation or whatever.
yeah,
Because also they've used Soul quite a bit on the main roster, and we maybe be seeing her going up sooner rather than later. I can see her being one of the ones that don't ever win the women's title, and they just call her up soon because how good she is.
that is a possibility. He is ready.
Close to it, I'd say. Um, After that, we see the Colon come out, and they're here to celebrate Tatum's title victory. Was out, crowd's going crazy, chanting Tatum Tuesday and you deserve it chants. She says we did it. She talks about just all the heartache that she went through to get to this moment and all the opportunities that she's ended up getting, especially, she had the injury years back. I think she tore her ACL or something, or
Yes.
hurt her knee or something. So she was out for a while, and so now to get the women's world title in NXT, it's great, and she'll never forget all the hardship she went through. So she's gonna be a fighting champion and be an open fair door. And she said that she knows everyone was worried or sad about the spin the wheel, make a deal not being a part of Halloween Havoc, so she brought it back. But Izzy Dame was like, "Hey, wait, wait, whoa, hey, yo, 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 what are you doing?" She's like trying to like, "Oh, but don't you want to hold that title?" Basically trying to convince her not to defend it because she obviously wants it. Um, and so she doesn't want her to lose it fast and stuff like that, which to me means that you don't trust Tatum. Um, but yeah, so Tatum's like, whatever, silly goose, basically. She didn't really say that, but she just basically explained her side of it and moved on and revealed the will with all the names on it. And I found it a little interesting that they had, because I don't watch Evolve, so it makes sense though. But they had a few names that had like Nikita Lyons, Wendy Choo, and they had like Evolve next to their name. I was like, oh, I was like, so there's like official, like they moved to Evolve. Like I didn't know that. And I haven't seen them, so that makes sense. But
Yeah. So
yeah, that was something
it's
interesting to me.
looking at it here from what I can see, it's got Wendy Chu from Evolve. Ke-
I think Kendall Gray was on there.
Kendall Gray was on there. The former Evolve Women's Champions on here. Um, and then Kiana, no, sorry, Carmen Petrovic, who we have not seen in a while either.
So I thought that was a cool idea. I like this
I
because I
do
love the
too.
spin the wheel, make a deal for Halloween Havoc. So it was a bummer that it wasn't part of it.
Yeah, but
But yeah.
my thing, I think the culling has set up Tatum. I think
Well, it's obvious because there's a backstage segment later on in the night that definitely makes it seem that way. Because for a while, I thought it was just Izzy, like since Saturday, like the little segments they've had, it made it seem like it was only Izzy. Because on Saturday night at the end of Halloween Havoc, Nico and Sean seemed really excited for Tatum, and more Izzy was the one like. But then there's a part later on where I was like, it's all of them. But yeah, for sure here it was Izzy who was like the one that was like, again. So.
yeah, and Sean even pointed out, "Izzy, your name's not on here. Why is your name not on here?"
Oh, that's right. Yeah, why is this? She's like, "'Cause we can't fight for this, but nothing's gonna come between us." That's
Yeah.
right.
So
Yeah, and he's like, "Sure."
I think Izzy, if they go down that path, Izzy will win at Deadline.
I think it's leading to Izzy winning too. I think that's where it's gonna lead to. Maybe not at deadline, or no, winning the I forget the Iron Survivor match. You mean?
Yes, and getting the
Yeah, that would make
opportunity.
sense. I don't know though. Do you think they'd meet? Because it's usually the whoever wins Iron Survivor kind of just challenges at like the New Year's show that they do.
Yeah, New Year's Evil, right?
Yeah, so that's pretty quick. That'd be a short reign because I feel like Izzy's gonna dethrone her.
I
I mean,
mean,
that'd only be a few month reign. Well, I guess if that's in January, that's like 2.5 months.
2.5, 3 months, depending on when they do it this coming year. But yeah, I mean, I, they're not gonna make it go to stand and deliver. So it'll have to be somewhere in between.
So
It'll be interesting though, because I think they can build it good because Tatum's that. She even said it in the promo. She's one of those that can. I can't remember how she said it, but she can befriend people that she shouldn't. People say she shouldn't, stuff like that.
mhm.
So, and she even looked at Izzy when she said it. So I think it's gonna be a good story of how they build the trust with Tatum and Izzy, just for backstab to happen.
So after that segment where it was reveal Lolo is the one who it landed on the wheel, and so it's Lolo versus Tatum tonight, which was cool. We go backstage, or we cut to backstage where Trick Williams is looking for Ricky to continue brawling, and he's looking for Ava. That sees OTM asks where they are. They don't have an answer, and then they go to Kendall Gray and Ren Sinclair. Ren Sinclair basically is looking like she's trying to invite Kendall Gray to be part of what she's calling the Ren QCC. But Wendell, I almost said. Kendall is like, oh, I gotta get to my match. Are you gonna come with me? And Ren's like, I get to come with you. Let's go. And so she basically just goes. That's not exactly how it went down, but that's the way in my head it went.
Yeah, I mean, Vincent Claire, I think she's really carrying the NQCC because Charlie's in
Well,
Noah.
it's just her and Charlie, anyways.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I really think that Charlie will almost be out of the group when he comes back. And I think Ren's gonna just take over completely.
I agree. It'll just become like an all female faction, I think for sure. So we immediately jump into the Evolve Women's title, Kendall Gray versus Lash Legend. This was a very good match. Kendall Gray is very good. He has a bright future. Lash Legend has improved so much. I don't know if you know this. Back in 2000, I want to say 22. Yeah, it was 2022. When I first started my Joshies, I call them the year-end awards. I could do my own year-end awards on my social media. And I did like a whole like videos on TikTok, like for each category, which now has evolved into a whole like long YouTube video. Anyways, so that year my worst wrestlers were tied Lash Legend and Nikita Lyons. And so from where I used to shit all over Lash's in-ring ability, she's improved so fucking much. Tenfold. And I am excited for her to be on the main roster. So I'm glad she shut me up.
Yeah, so I didn't watch NXT as heavy 22. So I'd say I started paying attention to NXT during the Braun Breaker title run, because I actually went to the first live show they did, which was Vengeance Day. It was the first one they went back live to actual arenas. They had it
Yeah.
in Charlotte. So I was like, hey, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna check out NXT. That was my first actual NXT showing that I'd actually watched. I didn't even
Wow.
know that Lash was there since 20.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I thought she was newer than
um,
that.
no, been there for a while. But yeah, good match. Kendall Gray retains over Lash Legend. I did see a video on TikTok earlier today of a fan. He was upset that Lash was in the spot where she went from like feuding to get into that world title picture in NXT, being in top spots with the women's tag division, being good in the Evolution Battle Royal, Royal Rumble, to now fighting for what, a developmental title, I believe is how they worded it. I was fine with it because at the end of the day, I felt like it elevated Kendall, who's already, she's a champion. And last time I remember them doing an Evolve Women's Championship match on NXT, it wasn't even Evolve Women's Championship. It was just the women's champion fought on NXT. She lost, and it was a non-title match. I was like, oh, okay, well, making her look strong. So it was nice to see the opposite here. Obviously, it was for the title, but um, yeah, I thought this was a really good match. Nothing like super spectacular, but like they weren't bad. They connected really well. They did play the the big, stronger character. I want to say Hill because I feel like she's like a tweener right now, Lash.
Yeah, shit.
And Kendall being the face. So like they played it really well, like the size difference. Um, but yeah, very fun match. Excited to see hopefully Lash get called up soon personally.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't upset that she was in this match. If anything, she showed how strong Kendall is against a stronger opponent, in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, it's kind of like the veteran putting over the not the newcomer, but the person who's going to eventually take their spot.
Yeah, in
Yeah,
that spot in NXT.
yeah.
Yeah.
So this was fantastic, and yeah, Lash. I would say after Stand and Deliver, I know that's such a long time, but that's when we'll see her be pulled up. But she will be soon.
I hope so. So after that, or at the end of the match, I should say, I should bring up, we did see Ren and Kendall both throw up the no quarter catch crew sign. So
Yes.
looks like she is officially a part of it. Um, we get cut to social media promos from Osborne and Tavion Heights. My biggest takeaway from this is, why did Tavion Heights film in that position?
He was fishing.
Did you notice it was just crotch? Well, yeah, but it was just crotch. I was very I didn't consent to that. Why did WWE okay that video?
I, they said, "Hey, we need a promo. We need it."
Like, I know we all have penises as men, but, like, dude, that whole shot was literally him crouched down with his dick in our face.
Yeah,
Not
I mean,
kidding.
and then Miles is in a suit walking around. Well, he's in a
Yeah,
windbreaker walking around probably downtown Orlando.
that was
And
just my biggest takeaway, as I was just like, "Alright, let me know when this is over, y'all." I mean, like, I'm pretty gay, but my god, like Nah, I just wasn't ready for all that "me," as Booker would say. Uh, sorry, I had to.
oh
But for
shit,
real though, why? Why was that shot like that? So we see Lola Vice and Tatum, they end up running into each other backstage. They're being kind of friendly, but Lola's like, "I hate to tell you, I'm gonna beat you tonight." And Tatum's like, "Ha ha ha, you can try," basically. I'm kind of paraphrasing here. Eventually Izzy rolls up and she's like, trying to convince her that facing Lola tonight's a bad idea, but Tatum's like, "Bitch." She didn't really say that, but that's basically what she meant. She's just like, "Nah, I'm gonna do it." Um, so Izzy trying super hard, not having to. Do you think she's worried about Tatum? Like in kayfabe, she's worried about Tatum losing here. She wants to be the one to beat Tatum. Like, why is she trying so hard to convince her not to defend against Lola?
yeah, she's protecting the title for herself. I don't think that, and
Because she
not
feels she could beat her easily by somehow manipulating or something, and then
yes,
someone else,
that's
obviously.
yeah, like I know I can beat everyone, I have the ability to
But
win
this will be
matches,
easiest.
but this would be easiest because her emotions will get in the way of the match because she'll be heartbroken.
There you go. I agree. That's a good point. So, after that, we jump right into the Miles Bourne Tavion Heights. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh no, yeah, no, they just recapped the Ricky Trick stuff. We already saw that. Miles Bourne Tavion Heights. Nothing crazy in this match. It was a shorter match. Get cut through commercials, of course. Um, but yeah, we saw it ends with like a lot of different roll up attempts, which leads to Miles Bourne winning via roll up over Tavion Heights.
this was a school wrestling college level match. This was not your
Yeah,
typical,
there's a lot of grappling,
rights, lefts, power slam. This was,
headlocks, head scissors, back into it
yeah,
was chain wrestling.
yeah, this was 2 points for back, 2 points for escape. This was a college level
And they
for
did like
wrestling.
high cross bodies and other
Yeah,
stuff like that, some lariats, but nothing too crazy.
no, I like
Oh, we
this
did see Josh
match.
Briggs come out during the commercial break and join commentary too, by the way. I forgot to bring up. Because both I believe the whole point was both wanted to face Briggs, and that's what led to the one-on-one.
I don't fucking
Um,
understand why was Briggs is another one. I just don't understand why it has continued putting matches, and he's been there for a while that I know of, and should.
I feel like he's never done anything prominent beside like he's had good matches, like the triple threat at Stand and Deliver or whatever it was. I mean, he's had like a lot of good matches. Like point being, like in ring, we know he's good. We've seen it, but he doesn't character wise. Besides the whole stuff with Brooks Jensen, I feel like he's been in character purgatory since then,
Yeah, he has.
up
I
until
agree.
now.
Yeah, he's breaking out now. And wasn't he originally trying to be recruited by Spears too?
Yeah, well, and then he did the tag team with Inamura, which was fun. I mean, I didn't hate that or anything, but like character wise, he didn't, and storyline wise, he never really had anything, in my opinion, that felt like like that put him on the map. Like he always had the good match in the end,
Hmm.
but storyline wise, I've never been like, damn, I can't wait to see that Josh Briggs match. I only say that because his matches are always really good,
Yeah,
not because the storyline's been that good with him in it. You know what I mean?
I do. I just feel like he's one
Uh,
that's stuck. He's another one that's kind of stuck, and then need to move
yeah,
one
I
way or
agree.
another.
But of course, what a shocker! Guess who got involved in this match?
Booking interference,
Yeah, I mean,
kind
but
of.
it's still yeah, and it led to Miles still getting the win via small package. And they fucking hug and whatnot
Oh
afterwards.
yeah.
But that's when Josh Briggs attacks Tavion. Well, this was funny to me. So Josh Briggs attacks Tavion on the outside. This is after they hug and all that embrace, and he goes to the outside.
Yep.
Briggs attacks him. Miles Bourne just stares. He stands there, and eventually Trick Williams comes from behind. But it was like a good 5 seconds. Like that we're watching Miles. I'm sorry, we're watching Tavion get beaten down, and then Miles is just staring. I'm like, "Are you? You just embraced this dude. What are you doing?" And then I saw Trick. I was like, "Okay, well now I understand why he was just standing there."
Trick hits him
But
with
I
a
was like, I don't
chair.
know if Trick missed his cue or what. But I was like, damn, he fucking hates Tavion. He ain't helping him.
Yeah, because even the camera panned out, and you're just watching them
It did. It took
fight.
forever.
Yeah.
Felt like forever at least. I literally vocally said to my chat, like, go help him. What the fuck are you doing? Oh, well, that's why. There's Trick. Like that's literally what happened.
It's
Um, but so he comes out and beats down Miles. Um, and then well, he hits him with a chair. Calls out Saints again. Saints rushes down. They continue to brawl. Security pulls them apart. Ricky dives off the steel steps to on top of them. So they just continue brawling. Um, After that, we see that Kalani's coming out for her match. I'm sorry, she's working out for her match backstage. But yeah, Trick and Ricky, they're really trying to get people onto it, which I'm for. They're giving reasons to it, but just have no interest, man.
I don't like.
I'm just yeah, ready for Trick to move on.
I know the last man standing. It's going to be a good match. I know it is, but
I have something funny when we get to that ending of NXT about that because you'll laugh. It was crazy, but yeah. So that should be a good match though. It should be good. Hopefully here at the MSG Theater in a few weeks. We had a backstage segment with Ethan Page and Chelsea Green. Just them kind of like him, celebrating his win with Dr. Wagner. Her talking about her looking for a new sleigh agent since Piper's going to be out for an extended period with her injury. They had the poster backstage. Eventually Thea Hale walks by and she just goes, "I believe in Joe Hendry," or she just says his name, one of the two, and does the clap. And then he comes out of the trash can behind them. Classic fucking Joe. And of course, Chelsea's like, "Didn't you vet the area?" She's like, "I did, but you say his name and he just appears." and Joe's basically like, "Oh, you guys have to go for those AAA tag titles and stuff like that, or whatever he tells them." Um, but Ethan's like, "Huh, I ain't gonna listen to a guy who comes out of a trash can or something like that." And Chelsea and him smiling, they just walk off, and Thea Hale comes back. It's like, all right, let's go, Joe. And they just she wills him away, and then she just starts singing his song as she's willing him away.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing with Joe. I don't know if he's just gonna be like a Tozawa spot now on NXT or
I feel like
what.
they're just slowly gonna. I think he's gonna once he's fully signed to WWE, then they'll start pulling the trigger on more shit for him.
I hope so.
Because it is. I think the last report about his contracts was that it's up here at the end of the year.
He's only got a few months.
So they'll probably do what they did with Jordan. Maybe he'll get some time off, and then boom, Rumble appearance. He's fully signed to WWE.
Yeah, no, that's probably how they'll do it. But on
That's what they do with Jordan. So
this promo, I didn't know that Chelsea and Ethan were in a mixed tag title match.
yep,
AAA.
AAA has a mixed gender, so it's against how do you say her name? Starts with an H, La Hera or
Yeah.
whatever, and Mystery Iguana. They're the mixed gender tag team champions.
Is that when Dom is defending against Dragon Lee?
That just happened this weekend. Dom retained.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, Dom retained. They seemingly are pulling the trigger on El Hijo del Vikingo being heel at that show because he was like kind of doing heel mannerisms and kind of blowing off the crowd and stuff.
So Dom would be the
I didn't watch
face.
it, but I saw the clips.
I don't know. Okay.
I don't know. They confronted each other. I forgot what they set up, but yeah. So yeah, that should be interesting. But yeah, AAA has intergender tag titles. I remember when AAA was partnered with AEW. It was Sammy Guevara and Ty Mallow. They had them for a bit.
Oh, that'd be nice if AEW could do something.
Right. But yeah, so after that, we went into the women's title match. A little Vice Tatum Paxley. Fortunately, ends in a no contest, which I shouldn't have been surprised by. It was a fine match. It didn't really go long before this happened. But Fatal Influence came out. They beat up Izzy. Then they get in the ring, go after Tatum and Lola. So set up a 6-woman tag for next week, Fatal Influence versus Izzy, Tatum, and Lola. But that was unfortunate. But I'm excited to hope that they continue that spin the wheel open challenge bullshit.
They will after JC. I don't know if JC Jane will get her match at Gold NXT Gold Rush. Is that, I think that's what it's called. But I'm hoping they do, or at least an open challenge style format. That gives more of the women's roster a challenge.
And after that, Blake Monroe celebrated her title victory by being in the bathtub as always. She did a little Maybelline ad, and then she fucking said that she'll be defending it at the MSG Theater show. So she didn't say which one because they're doing 2 of them on the 18th and the 25th. So have to wait and see what day they'll announce it for.
And gonna be a rematch. Is it gonna? They're gonna build something.
I don't think it'll be a rematch. I think they'll build something new.
They got 3 weeks.
Because they did after this had a thing with Zarya and Soul, where Zarya said she was going to enter into that speed tournament to win the title and bring it back to them, and Zarya and Soul just kind of like side-eyed her.
So I mean, I don't know who they would put in this spot right off, unless they do Lash. But then that keeps it.
Maybe Ren. I could see Ren because she could eat a loss pretty good without really, it won't hurt her.
That's true.
Excuse me. Maybe they'll do like a little mini tournament or something to lead to a Fatal 4-Way number one contender or something like that. I feel like that's what they do best right now. Is like, hey, let's not build a story to it. Let's just Fatal 4-Way or a tournament or multi-person.
Yeah, something.
But then after that, we just basically, because I already talked about the Zaruka interview, which is out of the arena, and then Fatal Influence Challenge, the 6-woman tag. And then we just go into our main event, TNA Knockouts Championship, Jordan Grace, Kalani Jordan. Not a bad match by any means. Really good. We had an Avalanche Spanish Fly from Kalani to Jordan towards the end. That was really dope. But some shenanigans broke out during the match. Which led to Kalani using the TNA Knockouts Championship to win.
Yes.
So we saw Ricky and Trick come out during the match, and they were brawling on the ramp, which led to the ref getting distracted and going out of the ring and trying to help the other refs and security to stop it. And that's what led to Kalani grabbing the title and using it. She actually tried to use it once, and then she put it down prior when there was some shit going on too. But then she decided later on, once she had the chance to do it, and she did.
Yeah, she was like, "I'm better than this. I don't need to cheat to win." Put the title down, and then the second time she's like, "You know what? Let's do it," and hits her with the title. I think the heel side of Kalani is gonna be better, though.
So here's the fun part I was telling you about earlier that happened to me. So I'm watching, the match ends, right? I was, I had caught my capture because my reaction is like 19 seconds. I posted a 19-second reaction to her winning because I didn't realize I wasn't recording. So anyways, I recorded. I was just gonna be one whole long ending, right? Video of the show. Netflix out of nowhere flashes to a different screen for me. And it goes, "We've detected that you're on a VPN or a proxy. Please disable it to continue watching."
What?
If you don't know, here in Colorado, we don't get the live CW feed. So I
Mhm.
have to wait till 7 p.m. Colorado time, which is an hour after it starts East Coast time.
Yeah.
So if I, as a live content I react to the shows. It sucks to watch a show and people already know what's going on. They'll tell you what's happening. Not fun. So I do my best to watch it live. The best way to do that for me, because CW doesn't have like a channel on they have channels on their like website and app, but they don't stream their own like East Coast feed to the other side, like USA does, Fox does, they all do. Like all those other companies, I could go to their website and choose their East Coast feed and watch the East Coast feed. CW doesn't do that. My best option is Netflix with a VPN. I use ExpressVPN. I pay for a VPN. The fact that I've used a VPN, I pay for it, and they're detecting it.
That's odd.
So I'm cut off immediately after the match ends. I missed the continuation of the brawl. I didn't see the trick getting speared through the wall. I didn't see them set up a last man standing. I missed all that because it's fucking Netflix detecting my VPN. Because I have no other way to watch it. And if I use third-party sites, so if I use the watch wrestling method, which I was doing for a long time, I start getting audio issues. Like halfway into the show, half the time, the audio starts like the crackling, and then before I know it, it's super crackly and I can't understand anything. And it's all of them. I go to all the other, like I have all of those sites bookmarked, like a million different watch wrestling sites, and it happens like they're using like the same player. So once it happens on one site and I go to the next, it's continuing. And then, but only if I use the Netflix feeds, like on those sites. But if I go to the CW feeds, those are like 2 fucking minutes behind. So then, even then, I'm so far behind. And people in my chat are like, "Oh my god!" I'm like, "What are you reacting to? They're just talking." You know what I mean, or whatever's happening. Like I'm so far behind from what they're reacting to, so it's like pointless. So, fuck Netflix. Be like fucking Triller used to be for a little while, and just fucking ignore it.
That's crazy though.
I still pay. I'm still paying.
So I wonder, and I didn't get that. So is it just like certain VPNs are starting to crack down on?
This has happened to me twice now.
Okay.
And it's on ExpressVPN. That's the one I've been using. I pay for it. So I was on like the Toronto server, then I started having issues on that. So I went to Toronto too, and then I started having issues on that. Then now I'm on Montreal, and now I had it did it tonight where it detected it.
Wow.
Yeah, and I
Okay.
pay for it. I pay for this VPN, so that sucks. So I'm gonna have to like figure out in my community if people have like Nord, if they're having issues with Nord. If you're watching this, man, you've made it this far into the show because we're an hour and 45 minutes in. We went way longer than I thought. Let me know if you had issues with Nord doing this on Netflix because I am with ExpressVPN. But I missed the end of the show. So
I've been for the last month and a half. I've been using Surfshark.
yeah, the one Stephanie promoted.
Yeah, but
Yeah, that's why they're like, no, you're not using Surfshark, Josh, fucker.
you didn't use you didn't use Stephanie's code. What are you
Yeah,
fucking doing?
you're trying to do your own thing, you fucking content creator, asshole. No, yeah, but it's happened to me twice now. It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. That is odd. Yeah, so
I mean, it's not really odd. I guess it's what they are supposed to do when they detect it, but
yes.
that's annoying because it's the only way I can watch it live, like technically, legally. I hate CW. Fuck CW. People like shout at me when they moved to CW and I made a video like shaming how terrible this was gonna end up being. People are like, oh, I could watch it in these. Well, yeah, you live in that fucking Central Time Zone or East Coast feed. Of course you're gonna get it. And then there was like some people, I live in Colorado, I can watch it live. I'm like, yeah, what time did it start for you? 7? That's not fucking live, dummy. That's an hour after it started for everyone else.
Yeah, people don't.
Well, that's what it says when it starts for me. Well, Yeah, because you're not getting the East Coast feed, so you think that's the normal time. Fuck CW. That's my point. And
I
fuck
mean,
Netflix.
the only thing CW has right now, it'll eventually move. Probably CW.
My
To
caption to the end of because my clip is literally 19 seconds. It's just me reacting to Kalani hitting her with the belt, getting the win, and then like she's like getting up to celebrate, and then it just cuts to the VPN thing, and it's just me. My caption just says "F Netflix" for that. Because then I try to open up watch wrestling, and none of those would work for me. I don't know why. I just fuck it. Just tell me what's happening, chat.
just fucking feel
But
me
anyways,
and fuck.
good NXT. I feel like that's was a way better show than Raw for sure.
NXT had better energy. It felt like it was put together better. God, put together better, and there was not a lot of downtime.
For sure. All right. Tell everyone where they can follow you. We went way longer. Not way. We went like 20 minutes longer than I had hoped. But
Uh,
that's still better. It's better than the 2 hours and 45 minutes. So
ain't that the truth? So of course you can find me here on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, Twitch, and Kick as the Kraken.
if you don't do and follow that and go to all those pages, then you're not cute. Just saying. But same with me. You guys can follow me on all the same platforms: Kick, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all of them as Josh Vibes Up, or you can just look up Hill Josh. I'll come up either way because that was my name for years. So yeah, we'll be back Friday. We're gonna talk Friday about Saturday night's main event. We'll give our preview to the as of right now 4 matches. Who knows if they add one more or not. And then we'll talk SmackDown and Dynamite, which tomorrow is looking good. Fright night,
Yes,
so I'm excited. I'm gonna be dressed up, so I'm excited.
it is going to be a good show. From what they've put out so far, I think it might be the show of the week.
I hope so. But guys, thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys next time.